Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Star Trek Voyager, Season 4, Episode 10, Random Thoughts. So, this episode had the ability to be a great episode, like it could have been perfect, but I feel like they just kind of went about it the wrong way. So, Voyager comes to a planet that is inhabited by telepathic people, basically betazoids, to be honest with you. It's what came to my mind watching it. And we see we see the crew interacting with people and bargaining and selling and buying and trading and all that stuff. And finally, one man beats another one and just beats the shit out of him. I can't remember if he actually dies or not. And it's something that's never really done on this planet. So we see Janeway get interrogated, we see Neelix get interrogated, and finally B'Elanna gets interrogated. And B'Elanna, right before all of this, the guy had bumped into B'Elanna, and she's like, "What are you doing? Watch where you're going." And then he continues on his way. And because she had a negative thought, and for just a split second, she had thought about hitting him, having a violent reaction to him, she's arrested because violent thoughts are not allowed on this planet. Which kind of took me back to the Justice episode of The Next Generation, where any sort of bad thing that happens, you're put to death. And so most of this episode is just about Tuvok trying to prove B'Elanna's innocent, that this man really didn't that B'Elanna's innocent is basically what it boils down to. And once B'Elanna's arrested, at one point Neelix, who kind of has a new girlfriend in this episode, or he's interested in a woman on this planet, is actually stabbed to death because she dropped something and a woman has a negative reaction. And they're blaming B'Elanna's thought. Because B'Elanna had this thought, everybody kind of picked up on it almost like a disease, and now they're having violent reactions, and it's B'Elanna's fault. Well, Tuvok ends up discovering that there's actually this black market, and that they had staged the whole thing to have somebody bump into her to get her angry, to steal her thought, and it ended up being more violent than expected. And they take these violent thoughts and they actually sell them out, and that's what causes everything. And at one point, to do all of this, Tuvok ends up doing a mind meld with the guy because he's trying to figure out what's going on. So he's like, "Well, I'll give you some violent thoughts if you tell me what's going on." And it's kind of interesting because they actually have clips of the movie Event Horizon, which I love that movie. I think it's fantastic. And to see clips of it, as soon as it came up, I was like, "Is that Sam Neill?" It looked really familiar to me. So I loved that. And then of course, by the time they get to the end, the woman in charge, the cop of the police, whatever, is like, "No, our people are passive. They would never do this." And Janeway's like, "Clearly they are. You're not doing that great of a job." They're able to get B'Elanna back. They had started the process of purging her negative reactions, but because she's innocent, they're able to stop it. The doctor fixes everything, and it kind of all wells that ends well. But overall, like I said, I think this could have been a much better episode than it was, but still, it was a very interesting concept. So for those who have seen this one, what did you guys think? Thank you guys for everything, and I will see you guys next time for Concerning Flight.